Okay. Now, many ways to use. I'm going to share with you 10 ways to use Ho'oponopono. Way number one. First way to use it is you just keep saying it all the time in your heart. You know, it's just like the Three Idiot, the movie, all is well, all is well, all is well, correct? So you can keep saying when you're doing ironing, I love you, I'm something, thank you. Drinking coffee, I love you, I'm something, thank you. Anything you do, I love you, I'm something. Just in your heart, you're not saying it loud. Driving a car, I love you, I'm something, thank you, I love you, I'm something, thank you, I love you, I'm something. Thank you. You keep saying it out. Okay, your lips also don't need to move. You can be inside your heart without even your lips moving. When you keep saying it, what happens is automatically your cleansing will start. Everything around you cleanse. The bad people will move away. Good things will start coming to you. Your karma will clear. Your negative energy will clear. Your negative memories will clear. People ask me things like, Mr. Karthi, I have this bad breakup. I keep thinking about him. You do every day. I love you, I'm something. I love you. All that will go off. You know? Sometimes my wife will ask me, you remember not this particular guy? I said, can I remember? Why? Because I've done Ho'oponopono so long, they're no more in my mind already. I won't even remember. The reason is because that what is not relevant will go away. So first is general. General means you can actually just keep saying it 24 hours. Okay? I love you, I'm something, 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 I love you. You keep saying that. That's the first way to use Ho'oponopono. Second, which is more relevant for most of you, is relationship issues. Some of you got relationship issues with your husband, wife, family members and all, right? Relationship issues. Some of you got relationship with your colleagues, your boss, your subordinates. Some of you got relationship with your friends. Some of you got relationship with customers and all. Very easy. If you have relationship issues, like I said, write the name of the person down. Okay? Put your hand on top. Every day you say, you can have one list for your family members, one list for your customers, one list for your colleagues, whatever you can do it. And you just put on, because they're all different sets of names. You could have 5 names there, but you don't have to say 5 times 20, 100 times. No, 5 names there, put your hand on top, just say 20 times for all the 5 names at the same time. I love you, I'm sorry, Prim, thank you, I love you. Now you must say, I love you, I'm sorry, Prim, thank you. I've met one girl many years after I've taught her, then she said, it doesn't work. I say, why it doesn't work? She said, I always do Ho'oponopono. I say, what do you do? And she says, I put my hand, I say, Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono. It won't work. You must say, I love you, I'm sorry, please with me, thank you. That's what you must say. So when you do this, now I've got many testimonials. I've got, Kalpana in JB, I think she's watching now. Her relationship with her mother improved. Though she went off separate ways because of an anger issue. But her mother actually came and spent time with her for Deepavali. Same thing with Mr. Krishnan that I know. I've got the permission to share, so I'm sharing names here today. Had an issue with his brother, relationship improved. I had this girl who worked in a college, and she was going to be promoted to be a manager. Suddenly, the company brought another guy to work as a manager. This guy is a really bad guy. Nobody in the company liked him. Nobody in the department liked him. I think there were 7, 8 girls there working for this one guy. They all didn't like him. So what they did was, so she came from my class, this lady came from my class and said, Mr. Karthi, can I use Ho'oponopono on my boss or not? I said, listen, you can write his name and you can either do erase or put it in. But let me tell you something. If you are the problem, you will lose your job. If your boss is the problem, he will move away. He might change to a better person or he might move. In fact, when she did it, 2 weeks later, he left the company. He just joined, he left the company. Because he had some issues with the management, he left the company. And this is so many. In fact, I had another lady who worked in a Japanese firm, a young lady, Chinese girl. She had a boss who was a vice president of the company, very top guy. He was harassing her, basically disturbing her. So she went and complained to HR. HR said, he's orang-orang, very big man, cannot do anything. So she came from my class and I told her, very simple girl, write his name down and do erasing every day, So you can use the paper, same paper you can use every day, You erase it the same, because when you do the erasing, you're not trying to make a hole or trying to erase the name. You're just doing 20 times to erase the negativity only, right? So once you've done the paper, you can use again and again and again. So anyway, so she did it, okay? And she said, what could happen? I said, number 1, maybe your boss will change. That means somebody else will come. Number 2, he might change. Number 3, maybe you will move. She said, I hope I don't move because I love this company. I don't think he's going to change because memang is hums up, he's like that. Mr. Karthi, I said, just do see what happens. In fact, about 3 weeks later, he gave 24-hour notice and left the company. So, I was also shocked. But it's so powerful. If you are the good person, the law of attraction always works. The number of ladies and men who have come to me and said, I've got a relationship issue with your husband and wife. And I said, why don't you write down their name and do? My mother-in-law, father-in-law, write down the name and do. See, the reason why your husband and wife is with you is because of karma. The reason why your mother-in-law, father-in-law, and brother-in-law, sister-in-law, everybody is karma. So you need to understand they are in your life because you have done something, law of cause and effect. So the moment you write down their names and either put your hand on top or you erase, either one, don't do both. You either do it or you can do one day, put a hand one day. Because I always say this, let's say you're driving a car and you want to do it, you cannot erase. So you just put your hand on top and do. I mean, stop the car somewhere. But if you're at home, you've got to erase it, then you erase. But when you do either one of this, what's going to happen is it will automatically cleanse the situation. Okay? And because you're saying, God, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you. So it cleanses. So relationship issues. Anyone, if you got any relationship issue, fantastic. Hope on work magical. Okay? I've got so many testimonies in the last 1 month about my relationship with my father improved, my relationship with my wife improved, my relationship with my... I had even one lady who was doing Ho'oponopono for her husband. Husband was giving a lot of problems. She was doing, and the husband just left the house. And she said, oh my God, now is heaven at home. You see, God works in mysterious ways, okay? She actually wanted to get rid of him. He didn't want to go. Now she did Ho'oponopono, he himself left. So many things can happen. No, please don't get me wrong. I'm not asking you to write down the name and get people rid of. You must remember, if you are the good person, you do all the good things. You are such a wonderful soul. If you've got negativity around you, and now you're asking the universe to support you, you do Ho'oponopono, work to your advantage. But if you are the bad person, it won't work. It won't work. Okay? So you must be very careful about that. Number 3, people who owe you money, you can do for them. You can write down all the people who owe you money. If they have not paid you back the money, it's because of karma. I know I told you I've got my good friend from Vietnam is watching. I did a program in Vietnam. I had a guy who had money owed to him for 3 years for work done in US dollars. So he came for my program, he wrote down the name of the company and did the erasing. 2 days later, the company called up and said, can you come and pick up the check? And many people that I know actually did Ho'oponopono for the people who owe them money, and people call up and give them back the money. Yeah? So that happens. 4th, for health. For health, for yourself, you want to have optimal health, you can write down your own name and do every day. If you write down your own name and do everything, basically you are actually cleansing yourself. So your energy becomes better. For health, for yourself, you can also take water or any food that you eat. Before you actually drink it, you can say, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you. 2-3 times is okay, and then drink the water. Even the food that you take, you just say a prayer. You can say, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you. And then you eat the food. All this will cleanse you. Very, very powerful. If you have pain, like say for example, you got headache, whatever, you can put your hand and then say, I love you, I'm something, I love you, I'm something, I love you. Pain will go off. Now, if it doesn't go off, it only means, physically something is wrong. If it is because of a negative energy attack, for example, people curse you, like just now Nora was asking me, there are people jealous of me. Sometimes you get headaches because people are jealous of you. We call it evil eyes. We call it kena mata lah, evil eyes. If you have evil eyes, yeah, Ho'oponopono works immediately. Because you're asking now, see, people have evil eyes, they look at you, they've got jealous, they're jealous of you. But the moment you're actually telling God, God, I love you, I'm sorry, please, thank you, automatically it disappears. So when you write your name and you erase, all this thing goes off. Or you got any pain anywhere, you can put your hand, pain in stomach. I have one lady who contacted me and she said, she's got a menses pain. She said, terrible menses pain. I said, what happens is when the moment your menses start, put your hand on your stomach, or wherever the pain is, and just say, I love you, I'm something, I love you. Just do that. And then she texted me a few hours later. She said, my God, Mr. Karthi, I'm amazed. The pain has just gone off. So it's very powerful. Number 5, let me see my timing. I'm still okay. Number 5, if you want to attract a relationship, for those of you who are single, those of you maybe you are looking for partnership, you are looking for attracting people, you can also do. If you are in a relationship with somebody, if you want to know whether it's right, like the other day somebody texted me and said, my sister is looking for a partner. She likes this guy but doesn't know whether he's the right guy. No, I said, yeah, put down his name and then do the erasing. This is the thing. If he's the right guy, he'll gravitate towards you and there'll be a lot of signs to say he's a good guy. Now, if he's a bad guy, then it will also show that he's a bad guy, which means things will happen that he will move away from you, or things will happen, they'll break up the relationship. Okay, I'll give you 2 examples. Coming towards you, I'm very happy for you. But let me tell you about 2 things. One, I had this Chinese lady who had this guy. She liked a lot. He liked her a lot. Very rich guy. But he keeps telling her, we're going to get married. Right? So, why don't we, book a hotel room, sleep together and whatever. After we're going to get married. That kind of attitude. Lah. So she's the type of person who comes from a family. She said, no, nothing like that until I get married. So when she attended my program, she said, can I do this for him so he'll stop asking me. So for me, my own thought was, he's not a very good guy, because she told me a few other things as well. Anyway, I said, up to you. Like, she said, no, but I like him. He's well-to-do. I think he's a good guy, blah, blah. I said, okay, fine. Then she wrote his name and she started doing. About a month later, she called me up, started crying on the phone. She said, Mr. Karthi, I'm so upset because I just saw my boyfriend with another girl in a hotel room, coming out of the room. I called him. And then he quickly told me, oh, I'm in a meeting, don't disturb me, and cut off the phone. My God, Mr. Karthi, how could Ho'oponopono do this to me? See, what she didn't realize is that it actually helped her because she got rid of him. The Ho'oponopono got rid of him. So I asked her, I said, would you have this guy married to you and then have an affair? Now, before he got married to you, you already know, and you are discarding him. Wouldn't that be better? She said, oh my God, Mr. Karthi, thank you so much. And so many times I've seen this. I had another lady who says that I'm actually going out with this married guy, but he's already divorced. And can I do Ho'oponopono? I said, you do. So she wrote his name and started doing Ho'oponopono. When she started doing Ho'oponopono, suddenly he just started to move away and never answer calls and never WhatsApp. And she got worried. So she said, my God, what happened to him? I thought it's going to work for me and it doesn't work. So she talked to me. I said, listen, I don't know why this happens. It's you and your karma and whatever, right? You do. But what I do know is whatever you do, if things happen, it's for your own good. It's for your own good. You understand? Like, for example, I wanted to buy a house and I wrote the address of the house and erased every day to get the house. And I never got the house. For 6 months, it delayed. But just before I bought the house, okay, just before that, there was a landslide and this house collapsed. And I said, oh my God. You see how Ho'oponopono helps you to take care of you, So you have no idea what universe is doing because universe knows. So in this case, so she was erasing and then this guy stopped her, unfriended her from Facebook and whatever. Then she found out and she's not divorced yet. He told her he's divorced, but he's not. So this kind of things happens, because it will help you. So relationship. 6, children. How do I do this for my children? Very easy. For children, I actually have done a video before about how you whisper in their ears good things. So if you want to hit the Ho'oponopono for them, everything will improve. They become cleverer, everything. Of course, you can teach them to do even better. You can teach a girl to write down the maths teacher's name because she's got problem with the maths teacher, or write down the exam results and then erase it. It will come through. She can write down all the results of the exam and erase it. It will come through according to what it is because you're cleansing the karma, So for children, this is what I would suggest. You can actually write down, write the name of your daughter, son, and then you can put the straight A student, whatever, healthy, loves to eat vegetables, whatever, and then put your hand on top, and then you can do Ho'oponopono for the children. Just write the names, and then you put your hand on top and do Ho'oponopono. Your children will have a lot of good things coming to their life. You can do them if they're less than 21 years old. Yeah? So more than 21 years, I would suggest ask them to go through my 14-day program, okay? Because they need to do it. If you say, oh no, my son don't want to listen to me, my daughter, then just too bad. Now there's this, I have this lady who's a wonderful, I call her Akka. She's got a granddaughter she's doing for her. And then she said, I'm doing this for my granddaughter. It's not working. So I told her, the reason is because the mother must do for the girl, not the grandmother. Grandmother can do, but the mother must do. Because when the mother does it, it will work very well. Because the girl is, I think, 16, 17 years old. So the mother must do it. Because then it's the same. Same thing with people. Like if you've got a friend who's sick, you've got a relative who's sick, you can do for them. You can write their name down and do Ho'oponopono for them to get better. But if it's your own immediate blood relation, okay, blood relation, it'll work faster. It'll work faster for your children, for faster. In fact, I had a lady whose sister fell down and went into a coma and was admitted to Klang Hospital, and then the doctor said, there's nothing we can do. So she contacted me. I told her, write your sister's name. I said, no. I said, get all your family members, father, mother, brothers, sisters and all. I said, get their sister's picture, hold your sister's picture, all of you do Ho'oponopono. And all of them did Ho'oponopono. Next day she got out of the coma, woke out of the coma. Nothing to do with Mila. It's just that they cleanse the karma, because when something happens to the people you love, it's a karmic thing. Number 7. You can do it for events. For example, you are doing a presentation. You can write down the date of take a piece of paper, write down the date of the presentation to all the audience who are going to attend. You're going to interview to the interview board. Whatever position you want, whatever promotion board, whatever event. You need more information, just text me. Number 8 is your goals and desires. You can also do this. If you have a car that you want to buy, you can take the picture of the car and keep somewhere, and then put your hand on top and do, okay, you cannot erase live, just put your hand on top and say I love you and something, I love you. It will probably work for you as well. You can do that. Anything in your house that you want, whatever. But normally this type of things you really don't have to do Ho'oponopono, because it doesn't involve a soul. So it's best for you to just put in a vision board and whatever. But you can do. You want money, you can take a money, or you write down there 1 million ringgit, by when you want it, put your hand on top and do it. It might work. Why I say it might work, because I don't do this, but I know some people have done it, and I've got testimonial people who say it's worked for them. Yeah. Number 9, for those of you who are in the industry where you meet customers, and you have to sell something to them, you have to make phone calls to them. Okay, insurance industry, MLM industry, sales industry, unit trust industry, all these industries. Yeah. What you can do is very simple. Before you make calls, write down the names of people you want to make call, put your hand on top or do erasing, then call. Results are better. I did a training program for a unit trust company, and this general manager did exactly that. She did a training program where you've got 20 people attend the program, not 20 people, I think 27 people attend the program. She told all of them to get a list of names and said separate them into 2 ways before you make phone calls. Told them all, first list, just make calls and make appointments. So they all call, I've got this financial plan for you, can I meet him? So out of the 10 calls, they all got 1 or 2 appointments. Some didn't get appointment. The other 10 names, they took it, they put your hand on top, and then they say, I love you, something 20 times, and then call. When they called the second time after doing Ho'oponopono for the name list, each of them got about 4, 5, 6 appointments. One lady got 6 appointments, confirmed, just called. So it works powerful because you're cleansing the energy before you call. You can do it before you call. Now you're going for a sales appointment, you're meeting somebody for sale. Before you go for the sales appointment, if you're driving the car, I love you, something, you can write down the name of the customer you're meeting, put your hand on top. When you're shaking hand with them and meeting them in your heart, I love you, thank you. When you're sitting down waiting for them, I love you, thank you. You can say all that because you're continuously cleansing the energy. And chances are you'll get the sale done. I think I've told some time ago this Indian lady who is in unit trust, and she actually spoke to a Chinese lady and managed to get the Chinese to look at the unit trust plan. And then public mutual. And this lady, Chinese lady, said, oh wow, this is fantastic, but you know what, I've got a lot of other friends who are in unit trust. I probably talk to them first. So this lady, Indian girl, said, oh my god, probably she's going to talk to her Chinese friends, and they're all going to sign up. She's probably going to sign up under them because she probably like her Chinese friend more than me. I'm an Indian, and I prospected her, and they are her friends, you see. Anyway, I was coaching her, so I told her, write the lady's name. Told the Indian girl, write, her name is Devi. Told her, write the Chinese girl's name and then erase every day and leave it to the universe. 3 weeks later, Devi calls up and said, Mr. Karthi, the Chinese lady called up today and said, can I buy it from you? And then, so I asked her, I said, did you speak to your friends? She said, so the Chinese lady told her, I actually spoke to my friends, but something, my heart, my soul just said, I should actually buy it from you, Devi. That is the power of Ho'oponopono. So you can do it. You can do for sales, prospects, everybody you can do. Customer sales you can do. Number 10, you can actually do it for anything else that you feel is bothering you. I give an example. Somebody called me up one day and said, Mr. Karthi, there's this Malay couple. I live in a condominium. The Malay couple is next to my condo. They cannot open the lock. They just cannot open the lock. They're trying everything to open the lock. They cannot open the lock, and they don't know what to do. Can Ho'oponopono work? So I told my friend, I said, listen, tell them the 3 zikir, or tell them I love you, tell them to hold the lock, and then just say, I love you, something, I love you 20 times. And then they did that, opened. Miracle, it happened. I have people who call me up and say, Mr. Karthi, my car cannot start. I said, okay, sit in the car, just do I love you. Hey, battery flat, I cannot do anything. But sometimes it's a connection again. So you sit in the car and then, I love you, something, and then you start the car, you can start. You lose things. Lose jewelry, lose a car key, lose something. You write it down, my car key is missing. Put your hand on top and I love you. Suddenly, oh my God, I left it here. It will come to you, okay? So you can do for any of those kind of things. Basically, I think these are the 10 ways to use Ho'oponopono. So